What's up, guys? It's Down South Fishing here again with another video for you. And today I'm going to be talking about cutting tools and what I take out tramping with me. Now let's talk about some criteria first. When it comes to knives, I like high carbon steel, full tang, with a thicker blade that has a sharp 90-degree spine running down the end of it. And some of these knives have it, some of them don't. So I'm just going to get into it, and this is what I tend to carry, give or take a few items, out into the bush with me. And my first go-to knife is old Hickory Butcher knife. This is the 10-inch model. It's a full tang, high carbon steel, sharp 90-degree edge, a little thin. I can kind of flex it, but it's held up great. I've used and abused it. As you can probably tell, it's fairly patinaed up. It's a natural patina. And this is very reminiscent of what was used during the fur trading era. This is, kind of a Bowie style clip point knife. And this is probably what they carried. It's probably what Lewis and Clark carried. Or Lewis and Clark, sorry. And very reminiscent of that time period, and I really like this knife a lot. Once again, full tang, high carbon steel, 90-degree spine. The second knife, and I really like this knife, is this is a Mora. I think this is the Bushcrafter Black or Bushmaster Black, something like that. Either way, and once again, high carbon steel. This is not a full tang. I believe this is a rat tail tang. Very thick blade, 90-degree angle. This is not one of those tactical knives that are all over the market now. This one's actually blued, like you would see in a gun barrel or something like that. It stops rust to patina, protects the blade, still throws sparks off though, with a piece of quartz or chert or flint, whatever you have. This has a Scandinavian grind, came razor sharp, and is just an all-around great knife. I ordered mine with this custom Kydex sheath, very good retention. It has a ferrocerium rod holder, which is removable. It's a one-piece plastic clip style belt loop, and that belt loop's not going anywhere once that's on your belt. So this is a high quality knife. I really like it. Then I have, well, this is my neck knife. Just have some bank line there. And this is another Mora. Once again, high carbon steel. Not the best 90-degree edge on it. Still fairly thick, razor sharp, Scandi grind. All Moras have a Scandi grind. I believe this is the MK1, I think, or the MK2. I'm not really sure anymore. Doesn't have a thumb guard. Some people don't like that. I don't really mind. It's once again a nice, cheap blade that can stand up to a bunch of abuse. And next I just carry this happens to be a Leatherman Rebar, but just a good quality multi-tool. We all know what things are inside of a Leatherman. One thing I like particularly about this one is the replaceable and resharpenable wire cutters. That's just a nice touch to me. If they get dull, if you use them too much and they break and they can't be repaired, you can easily just buy new ones, pop them in, you're good to go. One thing that sold me on this model over the other models, well, really three things, it's a lot lighter, is this. It's a sewing awl with an eye. Can also be used to scratch out marks. And the third thing, instead of like the older models when you had to bring another tool halfway up to be able to close it, they have these nice spring-loaded locks. And then what I carry is a folder or jackknife. They're one of these two. They're both Old Timers by Schrade. They're both made in China. They're both stainless steel. And honestly, they're good for what they are. For just a little folder that you're not going to use for a lot other than whittling, cleaning small game, things of that nature, these excel. They're both trapper designs. This one has a skinning blade and a spay blade, both stainless steel. And this one is the one I really like to carry. It's got a skinning blade and a saw. The saw only cuts in one direction, but it does lock. So it has a good locking saw on there. It really locks too. Once again, this is stainless steel. Also has a, if I can get it out, pick. This is really good for cleaning out your musket rifles, your muzzle loaders. And it's got a pair of tweezers also. And they fit very snugly, so you don't have to worry about losing them. Which is a good thing. You don't want to lose your stuff. I also carry a axe or a hatchet. This is an East Wing, made in USA. See right there on the sticker. I think they call this the Sportsman's Axe. It's one solid piece of tool steel. Sharpens up great. I hadn't had any problems with this. Still a nice sharp blade. It has a stacked leather handle, kind of reminiscent of the K-bars. And I mean, this thing just feels great in your hand. Once again, one solid piece of steel, so you don't really have to worry about breaking it. And it's very well weighted. I really like that little hatchet. This knife right here, I don't really carry much anymore because the leather sheath is starting to fall apart on me. And honestly, it didn't keep that well of a blade on it. And this is a Kershaw, made in USA, Minskin. And I used to use this to gut fish all the time. And I was like, you clean one fish, you had to resharpen the knife. And then it started falling out on me. And I just really don't carry it. I use one of these two, or my Moros, to deal with that. It's still an okay knife. It's made in America. It's got a nice handle. Feels great in the hand. It's got a nice little indentation here for your finger. But just some things to consider if you think about picking one of these up. The sheath is not well made at all. It's coming unsewed here. I've got some stuff stuck down in there so it won't shake out, but you see it falls right out. And if you jam it in there real good, you can kind of shake it around, but it's just not. Let's see, comes right out. Not that great of a sheath. And the other thing I have out here is a Nebo flashlight. This is one of the smaller ones. It's waterproof. It weighs next to nothing. And I absolutely love this flashlight. I mean, the things I carry every day are probably this folder, this flashlight, and this Leatherman. Just walking around town, daily business. These three things are always in my pocket. Now I'm going to go show you guys about the difference in the spines of these two knives and how they throw sparks off the ferro rod, because the 90-degree spine really is what dictates how good of a spark you get off a ferro rod, and also the thickness of the blade. And like I said, this one's a little thin. This one won't throw sparks at all, so there's no use in trying it. But this one, as you're going to see here in a minute, will throw sparks like nobody's business. Alright, now that I'm outside on this nice rainy night, I'm going to show you how these two knives throw sparks and the difference in the spines. And this is the old Hickory Butcher knife on my ferro rod. You see it has a harder time throwing sparks. Here, got some there. There we go. Guess this has some coating on it. So see, not a lot of sparks, but not that bad either. You could definitely get a fire started with that. Now to show you the Mora Bushcraft Black. See, that's so much better. I mean, just shreds that ferro rod right up. That's why you have a good 90-degree spine with a good high carbon steel knife and a thick blade. Thanks for watching. It's been Down South Fishing here again. Hope you have a good evening, and I appreciate your likes, views, comments, whatever. Have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer.